Welcome back to the channel, and today we are back on the offensive side of the ball in the Baltimore Ravens playbook here today, looking at pistol ace double wing. And I'm in this formation, I'm in this playbook because I got a comment a few videos back here from my man DM, looking for a scheme for kind of a downhill running scheme for that Giants offense next year, that Scattaboo, Jackson Dart type of offense next year. Well, you know what that could look like, something like that. So ace double wing, I figured what better place to go than go to the Giants coach's playbook, the guy who's going to coach the Giants next year. Let's go to his playbook in the game this year. So pistol double ace wing, and of course I do have 4 tight ends on the field right now, so that is a downside of this formation, but fortunately that can be fixed. We got a packages here. We're going to hit right on the left on the right stick 2 times, and that's going to change your package here, what formation you're in, what personnel you're in the formation. And we're going to change that to dual slot wing wide receiver. And what that's going to do is put your 2 top slot wide receivers in on those outsides there. So now you can see we have 1 and 17 instead of 82 and 86. We have Wan'Dale Robinson and Malik Neighbors in those spots. So of course, I mean, if you have receivers that can block, that's even the better yet. Of course, kind of functions as tight ends. But we're just going to put receivers in there and kind of use this as a passing scheme. And we're going to be able to run the ball out of it, don't worry. So pistol ace double wing. Of course, there's going to be a ton of run plays in this. Of course, you can see there's kind of motion plays in there. I don't particularly like that. But we're going to be covering the wide zone and the speed option just in terms of the video here. But of course, there's still a read option both way. But, I mean, this is a flippable formation. It's equal on both sides. It doesn't matter weak or just a read option there. But the split zone, halfback dive, the stretch, a counter play, there's a strong power. So the run game's there. We're only going to cover a little portion of it. We're going to cover 3 different pass plays here. But in terms of just a downhill run game, a versatile run game, this is going to be it here. You're going to be able to call whatever plays you want, come out in whatever audibles. I'm going to come out in the speed option for the sake of the video here. And I think we'll just match with nickel. You might see something like that with getting more linebackers on the field, but I think most people are just going to stick and play their run defense out of nickel. So we'll just match with a random nickel play here on the defensive side of the ball. And like I said, I do want to talk about the run game first here, kind of start the videos that way. I feel like it's a very important thing, a very important aspect of a scheme to be able to run the ball out of it, even just a little bit, have that semblance of the run game. So I do have the wide zone here for our 1 normal run play, and you can just see, that's a really nice run there. And that's with the 2 receivers on the field, mind you. So very nice there. I just really like the wide zone. If you're just looking to call 1 run play or have 1 run play as your audible, one of the run plays that you can get to at the line of scrimmage, I would recommend the wide zone, because you can just see there that was 2 perfect back-to-back reps right there. We bounced one outside, we kind of cut one up, and it's just super versatile. And of course, this is a symmetrical formation, so we're going to be able to flip this right, flip this back left, whatever it is, and the defense isn't going to know exactly which way we're going there. So that's very, very nice that formation doesn't shift at all. So now we're going to run it to the right. And you can just see, really nice run game. I do want to run a little bit of the quarterback run game as well. I feel like that's kind of the unique part. And of course, they're going to, oh man, if Jackson Dart was a little bit faster, that was like a mutt card right there, probably would have been able to hit the edge and really get out there. See if we can hit the edge this time. Flip it at the running back. And there you can see the Jackson Dart Cam Scattaboo connection right there. Really, really nice. And I just like this does have the aspect of the quarterback run game as well. And there, I thought I could get a little bit fancy and Jackson Dart would just throw a block for Scattaboo down the field right there. But the run game out of this overall, very nice. You do want to practice this if you haven't ran it. The option plays this year or in a while. I would say definitely get into practice mode, even with your MUT team, and just run it a few times, kind of get a feel for it, because that's like the last thing you want to screw up in a game. You throw a fumble behind you, and the defense recovers, and you're screwed from the start of the game. If this is the scheme that you come out with. So, but very nice run game though. You can see we're picking up big chunks after big chunks, and then you can build on this with all the other calls out of the playbook here. But let's get into the passing game here. Again, the run game is very, very versatile. Call any run plays you want. These are just the audibles I have set up for the video here because it's just easier to call and get through these passing plays. And you want to have a passing play out of this. We're in this big, heavy formation, but we did put the receivers on the field. Maybe you can switch back and forth, right? Maybe you do have 4 really nice blocking players you like, but you're probably going to want the 2 receivers on the end. But you could always flip back and forth, a more blocking heavy set or more pass heavy set with the receivers on the field. But either way, you're coming out in this very condensed formation. There's a ton of run plays in here. You want to be able to run the ball out of this. But the pass plays are just as important because it's going to back that defense up or maybe even you hit the big play over the top with these because the defense is so stinking concerned about you running the ball. So mesh spot is going to be our first passing play here, and all I like to do with this one, Bellinger there, a Y in this case, I'm going to put him on a deep post there, and if he is we'll kind of leave him on that, see how it runs there with Wan'Dale Robinson. But if he is kind of intersecting with that little sit route over the middle of the field, you can always take the one more audible and then push his stem just a little bit further down the field, and then he really clears those middle kind of yellow zones really, really nicely. And of course, we're just running mesh underneath there with Wan'Dale Robinson sitting over the middle of the field, and that's kind of why you want receivers on the field right there. You love having Malik Neighbors being able to actually run a route. We do have a lot of our top pass catchers here. Like you can imagine having two pretty good tight ends, pretty versatile tight ends, your two best receivers. Very, very nice, especially for this run heavy, run aggressive type of scheme. And of course, the main thing we're trying to work, anytime we're running mesh underneath, those drags underneath, that's what we're trying to work. Very, very good, very, very consistent type of work right there underneath. And just very, very simple to throw. Very easy to read, I guess. Here we'll try to, well, I was going to try to hit the tight end over the top right there, but I fumbled around with my controller. I wasn't even going to throw it to the right guy. So we'll go run this one more time here. I think you guys get the idea. We'll try to hit the tight end. And see, that there was a scenario where they did get kind of entangled down the field. So, okay, I've seen that once. Maybe he was clearing them before. Okay, that's fine. We'll put him on the post. We'll just put him, we'll just go Y, put him in there, put him in the custom stem, and then put him just one more bump down the field there. So let's do that. Put him one more 5 yards down the field there. And you're just going to see he's going to clear really nicely. And if your quarterback can put the ball on him, that's going to be a completion, back shoulder right there. Very, very nice open window. Mesh spot. I said I was only going to run it the one more time, but let's run it here. Try to get a completion over the middle to the tight end. And there was actually a perfect scenario. I should have held on to the ball a little bit longer. That deep, you can see that deep yellow zone right there, just falling back with the post right there. And Wan'Dale Robinson was open, very, very nicely open underneath. So getting onto that down the field passing attack, Mountain PA power spot. And of course, I like to say in these videos, I really only like to do one adjustment typically. When I'm coming out of offense here, we're coming out of the huddle. Boom. I want to put Malik Neighbors on a post route here. That would be the only hot route I do because it's quicker. Boom. I can call that going up the line of scrimmage. I get my animation, and I can hike the ball. But this one, I do like to just call two hot routes here. I like to put Malik Neighbors there on the post, and then I'm going to put the tight end Bellinger there on the big cross there. And you're going to see you can either cancel this or keep it open. You're going to see Malik Neighbors. Oh, man. I thought I could fit it in there. But you see what we're trying to do. We're trying to flood that right side of the field and hit that big post there over to Malik Neighbors. Try to get out of the pocket if you can. There, nice open window to the tight end. You'd love him to catch the ball there. But you can see the big, nice open window to throw the ball there. But Mountain PA power spot. Nice down the field passing play here. And that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to set up with these posts and corner routes here. And of course, they're just going to leave the sit route open wide underneath. That is amazing. We'll take that every single time. And a lot of the times that's going to be where the user would typically be. Maybe he's going to be responsible for that middle yellow zone. You can see that. You can imagine that happening. He kind of vacates to play the crosser or play the post. And then he just leaves that. He kind of forgets about the little sit route over the middle of the field. And he leaves them wide open. So just a really nice play there. Here you can see we're going to throw it to the tight end. I thought he was going to catch it. If I would have pass led it a little bit more to the outside there, probably would have been a nice completion. But overall, this is going to be one of our plays that we are trying to take some shots down the field, see if we can hit one to Neighbors. There you see we finally dial one up and hit a big shot there to Neighbors on the post there. I looked like man coverage, maybe some match zone. Either way, though, and of course, you can always flip this as well. Put Neighbors on the cross and your tight end on the post. Either way, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. There we see the blitzer. We know we're hot. We see where he come from, and we had that sit route right exactly where the blitzer was coming from. So we will take that all day, and there we'll try to run it with those two switched. There, they're just going to heat us up really nicely. Oh man, that was about the most unlucky throw I think I've ever seen in my entire life. That's actually kind of nuts. But Mountain PA power spot, really nice play overall. Malik Neighbors will put him on the cross again, and these guys are just—they're really heating me up. They're really heating me up right now. But this is going to be our downfield passing play here. We'll put Neighbors back on the post here. Try to hit one more to him over the top, and they're just sending everybody at you. They're sending everybody at you. And I suppose if that starts happening, if you are seeing a lot of blitzes and whatnot, you could always put Bellinger on a drag and then put Malik Neighbors on the post, and then kind of run it like this. There, of course, we're just going to take what's underneath anyway. Probably could hit the drag as well. But if you're really having, issues like that, of course, it's basically the same concept, just with the, instead of running the deep cross more down the field, you're just running it a little bit, closer to the line of scrimmage. So same kind of concept there. Oh my God, they are just running everybody at you. I almost threw a pick again. You get the idea, though. We're trying to throw the ball downfield. We're trying to set up the post. PA boot is going to be our last one here, and I'm just going to put A Johnson here on a deep cross. You can see what we're doing, crossing the tight ends up, hitting Malik Neighbors again on that big post. And again, I want to mention this is a symmetrical formation, so we can flip this at any point in time. We can flip here. We'll come out in the PA boot, and we can flip this to the right and run it the same exact way. There, we'll put Bellinger on the cross, and it's going to be the same thing, just the other way. Of course, I mean, here that's actually a nice throw there by Dart. A little bit easier for Dart to be going to the right because he is a right-handed quarterback, but being able to run it right, run it left is a very valuable thing whenever you are running a formation like this that allows you to do this. That's symmetrical. Single back ace, pistol ace, this ace double wing, stuff like that. Just a very valuable thing to be able to run it both ways, left and right. And there are that's kind of the downside of having a receiver in there. Wan'Dale Robinson just got lit up. If you didn't see him over there, rewind it right there. He got lit up on the end of their line of scrimmage. Here we see the guy crash down. I'm going to throw a pick. But there, anyway, it doesn't really matter. Wan'Dale Robinson getting lit up either way. Here we'll kind of wait, get the tight end in space. Very nice, being able to hold on to the ball. Getting out of the pocket as well. The PA boot there, Wan'Dale Robinson, he is supposed to chip, but if there isn't anybody to chip, he goes to the flat there. You can see there he's kind of afraid a little bit. Trying to get out of the pocket, though. Dump it down to your speedy receiver. Try to make something happen. Overall, again, though, very nice play. We have a ton of routes going down the field. Trying to set up those two deep crossers. Trying to set up Malik Neighbors on the post. Would have loved him a little bit quicker to get to the spot there from Jackson Dart and just throw the ball. Maybe with like Gunslinger, Pass Lead Elite, something like that. That ball does get in there. But you can just see, trying to get outside the formation. Being able to create just enough. Get it to your tight end. Deep crossers, really love that. And again, remind you, you can go right with this, you can go left with this. Here we're going to roll out the left. Everybody and their mother is coming. We're going to reverse field. Oh, man, I was trying to Russell Wilson that. But that pretty much is the scheme, though, guys. Deep crossers, mountain PA power spot, mesh spot, really good plays. A little bit of everything from the scheme. And then the entire thing of this thing is the run game, of course. We're in a condensed formation. We have all these run plays. We want to call them. So, but that is it for Pistol Ace Double Wing. Appreciate the comment. Started the whole conversation to get this video going. But that is pretty much the scheme. So if you guys did watch this video, watch to the end, leave me a like, leave me a comment. Maybe we'll get to your scheme. I check out all the comments down below. So if you want something specific scheme-wise, formation-wise, personnel-wise, whatever the case may be, ideas on different videos, what you would like to see. Of course, we're going to try to get some gameplays out there as well. Wanted to get a lot of these schemes out. We haven't done videos in a very long time, so I just wanted to get some schemes out, man. I love doing this stuff and just talking about where these routes are going, what we're supposed to be doing, things like that, and just talking football, talking schemes. And if you did enjoy, leave me a like we said. Subscribe to the channel so you know when we put out new stuff. And yeah, with that, I think that's all I really got in this one. Check out the rest of the stuff on the channel, and hope to catch you in the next one. Later.